Hello, my lovely people. This is Resilient Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. So I hope you're all doing well. So today's reading is the viewer's request. I thank you so much for that. And if any of you guys have any requests, some readings on a subject you want me to do, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. And so today we're going to do what patterns of behavior you should let go of. So I'm kind of curious because it's my first time doing a reading like this. I do feel like this is going to be your own pattern of behavior, but maybe it could be someone else, like some type of people we still attract that are not always healthy for us. So we're gonna see about that. And what I want to do is kind of like put it all on the table. So I want to use, of course, a deck for the tarot reading, and I want to use a deck for the oracle. So I'm gonna lay that all on the table and finish off with an advice for you. So I think it's going to be pretty short and sweet. And yeah, so as usual, we have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile 1, we have this Snowflake obsidian crystal. For pile 2, we have this Aventurine crystal. And finally, for pile 3, we have this Astrophylite. All right, so I invite you to take a deep breath and choose the pile that you're the most attracted to. And I'm going to see you in the next piles. Hi, pile 1. If you choose the Snowflake obsidian crystal, this is going to be your reading. So welcome. I hope you all doing well. So today this is a viewer's request, a reading. Big thanks for them. And we're going to look at what patterns of behavior you should let go of. So it could be, I feel that for most of you, this is going to be like your own patterns, but for some of you, it could be about other people. Sometimes we attract the same type of people. It's kind of like a pattern to us. So, we're going to see how the reading goes. I plan to go really short and sweet. So I kind of want to lay everything on the table. There's the tarot deck that I'm going to use. There's a oracle, one oracle deck today that I want to use, and finish up with an advice for you with the message from the universe. Of course, if you have any additional question after this reading or just want a personalized experience, I do have an Etsy shop. The link is going to be in the description box, so don't hesitate. You're always welcome. And okay, what was I about to say? Oh my god, I forgot the name. Yeah, disclaimers. Okay, thank you. So I'm not the type of tarot reader that usually sugarcoat, and I feel with this one, I feel that most of you are aware that this is not a typical sugarcoat reading. We're looking at the patterns of behavior you should let go of. So be aware that it's not sugarcoat, and it's always, and I'm always wishing the best for you guys, but it's important for me to be transparent to the cards. And this is a general reading on YouTube for entertainment purpose. So really just take the message that resonates with you, leave the other one in the universe. And we're looking at the current energy, nothing is in stones. And finally, for me, you're always a master of your own decision. And all right, so I'm just gonna put that aside. We're gonna give this tarot deck a big shuffle here. Oh, I think it's upside down though. All right. All right, so I'm gonna ask Spirit to please tune me into the energy of pile 1. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so it's always nice to have like those I find it really interesting, like your requests on some readings you want me to do. And if there's some, you have a question, you want me to do a reading on a specific subject, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. I think it's really fun. I don't know. I think, your suggestions are always welcome. Like maybe, you do too much love reading and we want more tarot reading. I listen to you guys, so don't hesitate to drop some suggestion in the comments. And if you're not subscribing to my channel, you're always welcome to do so. And I want to take the time to thank my new and current subscribers of the week. You guys make such a big difference in my life, and I thank you so much for that. All right, you know what? Let's shuffle one last time because I feel like it. All right, so let's get right to it. So, Spirit, what patterns of behavior should pile 1 let go of? Patterns of behavior they should let go of. All right, so starting with the Hierophant. the Empress, Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and Seven of Swords clarified by the Ten of Cups. Okay. So as always, I'm going to clarify each of them. And after that, I'm going to place the card, make sure that you can see everything. Why the Hierophant? Nine of Swords. Why the Empress? King of Swords. Why the Page of Pentacles? Ten of Pentacles. Why the Four of Pentacles in reverse? Ace of Swords. Right. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. And I kind of want to... I think you can see pretty much everything well. And I'm going to go with the Oracles right away. So I'm using the Tea Leaf Fortune card. Did I pronounce that right? Tea Leaf Fortune cards for today. And I want to kind of pull out 4. What patterns of behavior should pile one that go out? Okay. I think it's right. Oh, I forgot to remove those. I have like some, because there's months of the year in Astral House that are kind of like into the deck, and I didn't remove that. So, okay. So we have Apple, Temptation will test you. Wait a second. Temptation will test you. We have Door, opportunities are waiting for you. We have Grape, time to go out and have fun. But you know, go through might be significant here. And the Bow, you're highly thought of. I think you can see everything. I have so much difficulties with the lightning, guys. I'm not like an expert. I feel like I have like those low qualities of video, but you know, we're here for the subject. We're here for the reading, not the quality. I guess, I hope you are too. All right, let me just take a sip. Okay, when I first pull out the Hierophant and the Empress, those two cards for me feel so opposite. Hierophant is really here to follow the rules, you know, being like what is acceptable in the eyes of society, and the Empress, like they have a sex drive, you know, like they just go for it. They know that. They know their worth and they just go for it. So I feel that for you guys, there is a duality between what people wish you would be versus what you want to be, perhaps. It's interesting that we have the Bow, which is like you're highly thought of, which is kind of like you do tend to follow what either social standards or, for example, your parents. You kind of do things in life for other people instead of yourself. Okay, this is like the biggest pattern I see here, and I feel like there's really a big opposite, like contrast here, right? And the Hierophant is clarified by the Nine of Swords. I feel that a lot of you know. Maybe you're stuck. Some of you might be stuck in that pattern here. But the Nine of Swords is anxiety. It's something that is stressing us a lot. While the Empress is clarified by the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is like our truth. Which makes me feel that, I'm not saying that you should go like into a sex drive or anything like that, but the Empress can represent creativity. It represents abundance. There's something, I feel creative, I would say, for some of you, that I don't know if you're scared of expressing yourself in a more authentic way. Or you're just following, for example, a career path that is not like what your creativity or what your happiness would want you to go to. And even like those two cards here, Seven of Swords and Ten of Cups. So we pulled them out at the same time. Usually it's kind of like the card, I mean, they totally could be like the one clarifying the other. But it feels that the Seven of Swords is kind of like what is stopping you from reaching this Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like feeling out of right place. Like, you know, when you are around family, and I'm talking about those healthy family, not the toxic one, because usually we're like, and it's fine, like to cut link with toxic family members. But the terms, it's more like the terms family, right? Terms family is supposed to be like something where you feel at home, something where you can express yourself totally. And it feels that what is stopping that is the Seven of Swords, which could be we have been fooled in the past. It could be like we're not authentic to ourselves. I feel like I'm going to bring a clarifier to that, actually. And even there, interesting. We have like the High Priestess. So the Hierophant and the High Priestess, like they're just sitting there and just, not annoying everyone in a sense like that. Like they're just trying to follow what's right. But what is really right? Okay, this is a philosophical question, but sometimes society put us standards that even if we don't follow them, it's not really like a big thing. Okay, it's not like, okay, you should murder someone. This is not good, okay? Like there has to be a little bit of judgment here. But it's more like, let me give you an example. Like, okay, women should be like this. They should have nails and hair. Like they should always dress pretty, and boys should always be like that. But in today's society, some guys wear fake nails, long fake nails. And people are hating, but it's fine, because at the end they're doing what they want. They express their creativity in some sort. And it's interesting because we have the apple, right? The temptation will taste you. Why do I always say taste? That's interesting. But will always test you. So there's something you really want, but it feels like you're not going to it because but my parents told me like this is not good and I have to follow this and I have to stay in this routine and this stability. But maybe in the deep down of yourself, you just want to travel, you just want to party, just for a little time maybe, or it could just be like another career path for some of you. And the Four of Pentacles in reverse, for me it's about getting out of a comfort zone. So it could be, the Hierophant could be like just yourself, putting you in a comfort zone. And the Empress is like going above it, right? Having the creativity to get out of your comfort zone. And I don't know if you're scared of it, okay? Because getting out of your comfort zone feels pretty scary. And, it's, as the words say, uncomfortable. It feels that it's kind of like your mental that is restraining you, because in reality, when you get out of your comfort zone, you kind of get the abundance that you're manifesting. I don't know if that makes sense. And the Ace of Swords is kind of like bringing this new idea, right? And it's also this victory. You have like this little crown here. So it's telling me that you should really get out of your little comfort zone. Like I don't know why I'm sensing like it's kind of like clear boundaries, not boundaries, but like clear limits of like, oh no, this is not acceptable. But what if you can expand that a little bit and just get out of your comfort zone a little bit, and you will see the world in a different way. Let me just take a sip real quick. And it's interesting because even when you push it a little bit, like there's the door here, opportunities are waiting for you. So you could really reach the abundance. I don't know why I feel for you guys, the abundance is like really close. You just have to get uncomfortable a little bit, And even here, time to go out and have fun. And the Hierophant and even the High Priestess, they're really like serious in life. It could be like, they're prioritizing their work, and their work is like really serious, and there's no let loose. Yeah, we always have a colleague, right? A colleague that is like, like work is important and and they're like really, really serious about it. But sometimes as human beings, we kind of have to go back into our child aura, I would say, which is like having a little bit of fun and, not caring about what other people are thinking about us, you know, just get out of there, you know, time to go out and have fun. So maybe the fact that doing that is you're not going to be highly thought of as before. And it's fine, because at the end, the only people you want to please and control is, the only person you want to please and control is yourself, okay? Because you really can't control everybody around you. They all have like their things they want to accomplish. And even if you're making people proud, like at the end, like ask yourself, like, am I really feeling okay with that? Like, can I just, for one day, going to the spa, going to the beach, you know, anything you want to do, like to express a little bit of your creativity. So there's a sense of you that either wants to get out of your comfort zone and reach something a little bit more than what you're doing right now, because I would say with the Nine of Swords especially, there's something stressing you out. Let me bring some clarifiers to the table. So Page of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. So usually represents family. Page of Pentacles can represent in a professional area. Why the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles? The Fool. Which is kind of like, I want to get out of this shit. Okay, one more. Yeah, going to adventure. Oh my god, I have the 9 of Wands also. 4 of Wands here. Oh, Ace of Cups. Okay, new emotions. Oh, okay. It's really rare that we have Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups here. Some of you, I will say, some of you might be in an unhappy marriage right now. And it's all about those questions, like, am I happy in that? What can I do to be the best version of myself and the lighter? Because I feel like it's putting a lot of pressure on you, like it's really heavy, right? And you kind of were like, okay, what can I do to just like let loose and have fun, you know? Without like caring about what other people think of me, you know. Sometimes, for example, in marriage, where with people that are like, oh no, you can wear that, you're gonna look like this, and oh, you can do that, you're gonna look like this. What do you think it makes me look like? But maybe your creative side wants to do it, and I will say, except if it's murdering people. I will put this disclaimer right here. But if this is something like you really want to do for yourself that's making you happy, the right person should be okay with that and accept you as who you are. This is unconditional love. This is like the best pure type of love you can get out there. And yeah, the Fool is really the first message that I got was I have to get out of there. The Page of Pentacles makes me think of like someone that provides. I don't know if you provide to family, like doing something for other people instead of yourself. And I feel like you've been doing that for so long. And maybe the flower in the hand here makes me feel like you already know what you want to do. Like you might already know your creative side. And sometimes when we express that, right, or truth, creative side, we lose people in the process, and that is scary because they're going to have a new impression of us. But this is when you ask yourself the question, like, but I'm doing that for myself. And maybe those people that are leaving me because I show my creative side, where maybe they're not meant to be in my new path, right? And here the Page of Wands that has a message. I want this, and I'm going to get that, and I'm going to adventure. And Page of Wands, right? Page of Wands is like the lowest in the hierarchy. Does it exist as a word? Guys, sometimes I create word, I feel, in my on my YouTube channel. But you know, you have the page, then you have the 9, then you have the Queen and the King, right? And the page is like really young in this, and it might be naive, might be a little bit, it might be scary because it's kind of like the beginning. But I feel like you're gonna get abundance out of that real quick because you're following what is the right path for you. Why the Seven of Swords. I have the Queen of Wands. And before that, I got the Five of Cups and the Moon, which they wanted to go back, I guess, which was really interesting because it's kind of like the Moon and the Five of Cups has a lot of regret and a lot of things they're not speaking about. Can I get one more? Why the Queen of Wands? Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. This is the mental prison right there. I don't know if I talked to you about that card. But on this card, you can see like it seems like a prison, right? It seems that this person can get out, but in reality, their two legs are okay and they can just move forward. Okay. This is kind of like what the mental prison is. Like we put limits to ourselves that in reality, there's no limits to do what we want to do, right? And the Queen of Wands, guys, they're determined to get what they want to do. So it's kind of like getting to mere pursuit of happiness, and it feels that what is restraining you might be thoughts you're not speaking about, and that is what's putting you in a mental prison. And maybe if you talk to that about one single person, they could tell you like it's okay, you know, it's just like it could be something in your head and you have nothing to worry about. Actually, you would be really good in that creative side of you. You should try it, you know? It feels that for you guys, it's about trying something new, okay? It might be a new career, a new path, a new hobbies. That is expressing the Empress here. Let me just get one last clarifier about the High Priestess. Why the High Priestess has overall energy? Page of Swords in reverse. And we did have the Judgment coming true, which is once again the inaction. It feels that the pattern, the patterns of behavior you should let go. Some of you might be waiting for a miracle, right? We're not doing a lot of action. We're just like, you know, for example, we had Ace of Cups and Two of Cups. And why everybody's in a relationship and it's not happening to me? Well, sometimes we have to get ourselves into action. We have to put our part here, you know, like a 50-50. And maybe if we reach someone, they're going to reach to us. And sometimes we have to make the first move. So I feel like this is about just maybe getting out of this mental prison of like, oh, what am I going to look like? What are they going to think of me? And you know, if you really want something, you do the Queen of Wands, you go for it. You just put the action and you're trying to reach your happiness. You're trying to reach this Ten of Cups, right? The feeling at the right place. So, and we have the Queen of Swords once again, which is communicating our truth, you know? So it's kind of like saying here, if you really want something, go get it, right? Put yourself into action and go get it instead of waiting for a miracle. Okay, this is kind of like the energy that I'm getting. All right, so we're going to go with a message from the universe. So you can take that. You know what? Take that as, we're going to ask Spirit actually to ask an advice about your specific situation right now, about the patterns of behavior you should let go of. So let's see what Spirit has to say. All right, thanks, Spirit. So we're going to read it together. If you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you're asking for now. And it's interesting, if you didn't get something you really wanted, and it's kind of like putting yourself out of your mentality right now to, you know what, I deserve that. I deserve happiness for myself. You know, telling you this in your head might help you getting out of this mental prison here, of this comfort zone perhaps, and help you reach what you really want in life. It's asking you also to be a little bit patient. So maybe you tried like some action, but it didn't work yet, I'm hearing. So maybe just being patient with the process. Maybe some of you, it takes like a lot of action to get what you really want, or maybe the timing is not right, okay? But surely you have to get into action to get what you really want instead of waiting for a miracle. And it's going to get uncomfortable because you're get out of your comfort zone. But I feel like it's needed to just get out of like pleasing people. You want to please yourself first and not people first, right? And on that note, I'm going to end the reading here, guys. So I hope you enjoy. I hope it helps you bring clarity. Of course, if you have any additional question or just want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is in the description box. If you did subscribe to my channel, I thank you so much for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. If you feel comfortable sharing your experience in the comment, you're always welcome to do so. And you can always like the video for support. So I'm wishing all the best and I really hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hi, part 2. If you choose the Aventurine crystal, this is going to be your reading. So welcome. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's reading, this is a viewer's request. Thanks so much to them. We're looking at what patterns of behavior you should let go of. So I feel like the reading could be either your own patterns of behavior, but it could also be someone else's. Like, for example, you keep attracting like the same type of people over and over again. So what I want to do is really put it all on the table. So we're going to do, of course, the reading, and I'm going to put the oracles at the same time. And we're going to finish off with a message from the universe. I don't know why I'm so out of breath for no reason. But anyway, if you have any additional question after this reading or just want a personalized experience, my Etsy shop is always there to welcome you guys. So the link is going to be in the description box. Oh, I forgot to remove the crystal from part 1. We're gonna see if there is a sign behind it. Okay, so this is the type of reading that we can't really, as a tarot reader, sugarcoat. I'm usually not the type of tarot reader that sugarcoat anyway, but just know that I'm always wishing the best for you guys, but it's really important for me to be transparent to the cards. And also, this is a general reading on YouTube for entertainment purpose. So I invite you to take the message that resonates with you, leave the other one in the universe. And yeah, we're looking at the current energy, nothing is in stones, and finally you're the master of your own decision, as always, for me. All right, so I'm just gonna put that aside. We're gonna give our tarot deck a good shuffle. I'm gonna ask Spirit to please tune me into the energy of part 2. Think it's through it. And I find that really, I think it's really nice that some of you put some requests in the comments. And if there is any subject or you have any question you want me to do a reading on, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. I'm always open for suggestions. And if you're not subscribing to my channel yet, of course, you're always welcome to join the crew. And I would like to take the time to thank my new and current subscribers of the week. You guys are, each and one of you, so special. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. All right, so I'll shuffle here. So let's see, Spirit, what patterns of behavior should pile 2 let go of? What patterns of behavior should they let go of? All right, so we're starting with a 7 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Cups clarified by the Hermit, we have the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant, the Emperor, clarified by the Sun. All right, so as always, I'm gonna clarify each of them. So why the 7 of Pentacles? The High Priestess, why the Page of Swords? 4 of Pentacles, and why the Ace of Wands? 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. All right, I'm going a little bit cray-cray when I'm trying to place the card here. I'm like, no, this is not placed straight. This is not perfect. I should not do that to myself though. All right, let's go with the oracles here to get additional information. Well, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I had sneezed. I don't know what it sounds like in the video. I think it's the first time that's happening to me. Okay. All right. I'm just going to take a sip real quick to help us connect and meditate on those cards. Okay. There is a sense here of, well, I'm getting a lot of messages, but one of them is you're not asking help enough to other people, because we're starting with the Three of Pentacles, which is kind of like Spirit wants you to give you a reminder that it's okay to ask for help. And we do have the Hermit here that is clarifying the Page of Cups in this situation. And interestingly, the Page of Cups can be message from the heart and also intuitive message. It feels like, I don't know if you're the type of people that maybe you're receiving some intuitive message of like, oh, you should go for them. I don't know, this is a new lover. Or you should make the first move. Or, you know, oh, you should ask this friend for help. They're working in that field. You're like, I'm just going to look at on Google, on ChatGPT. You know, this type of like energy of like, I can do everything myself. But the thing is, it's not really accurate to think that we can do all by ourselves, okay? And I was about to cover for some reason, like, because, okay, listen, I put some tape here. I think this is hockey tape. I think I put that, like, I think my ex had that instead of like normal tape, so I used that, and it's ruining all my cards, honestly. But it's interesting how it's open, and it's like there's a, I don't know if you can see because it's broken, obviously, but like the card is broken, but you can see how there is a void here, which is kind of like in close to the heart. So you're a little bit tainted of Pawan, because those two cards were in Pawan also. But for you guys, I interpret that a little bit different. Because there is a position of authority here that it's going on. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. I think I have allergies or something. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze anytime soon. So I'm just gonna mentally prepare you in case I sneeze for real. I'm not gonna lie, guys, there's a little bit of not having enough self-confidence in ourselves. We're starting with a lot of inaction, which is kind of like what I feels. Maybe you want to watch Pawan and see if there's some messages you can rely on. We're starting with like a lot of inaction here, staying in a comfort zone, right? Page of Swords, that is just like thinking but not doing any action, and the Seven of Pentacles is like really here, like watching their plans grow, right? So there's not a lot of action here. And we're going here, and it's kind of like, okay, like there is a new beginning plan. There's maybe fighting for this new beginning. I don't know why I'm sensing like a little bit of competition, perhaps. Maybe some of you are in a career-wise, maybe you're fighting for promotion. Like there's like a position of authority that is available, and maybe more you and more colleagues want to reach to that position. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is something you really want. You can take this message to your situation, even if it's not like a position of authority. It could just be that you're trying to affirm yourself, putting yourself up front and be like, this is acceptable for me, this is not acceptable for me. And, really just share your opinions with people. It could be a type of authority. And you can see how it's clarified by the sun here. And the sun, obviously, it's optimistic, it's joy, it's success, it's happiness, it's energy. It's kind of like a dynamism, right? And what it's telling me is that you have to keep believing in yourself. That maybe you are the next one in line for the position of authority. Maybe you deserve to tell people that, you know what? I deserve this. I don't think that this is great. I'm leaving this job. I'm, putting yourself out there and affirm what is acceptable for you and what is not, okay? And sometimes, being angry is not just like, and, like screaming at each other. It could just be like, I don't know if I said that right, okay? Because, guys, I'm gonna be totally open to you. It's important for me to be vulnerable to you guys. I just saw my cell phone that I received at Etsy order. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I get distracted so easily. What is wrong with me? Okay, so let me be open with you guys. I feel like it's important to be vulnerable to each other, but I do consult a psychologist right now. And she told me something like being angry, but not like, angry, like shouting at each other, right? Blah, blah, blah. Like attacking. But it's more like affirming. Being like out there and be like, saying no, for example, it's a great thing. Saying no, like that we're not interested. That just be like, my boundary is here and I'm requesting you to respect it. And sometimes we're going around people that's trying to go up this boundary. And those people, guys, I'm not gonna lie, they're shit, okay? I'm just gonna tell you right away. Because someone that is really kind is going to respect that boundary and be like, you know what? It's okay, like this is your own boundary and I respect it. Some people, though, are trying unconsciously to control other people and trying to extend that boundary to get what they want for themselves, right? This is not a good way of angriness. But just being like out there and being like affirming you that I'm not interested in that, but you can be, I'm not, or no, I don't want this, no thank you, right? No, I'm sorry, but no. But yeah, expressing yourself a little bit. Time to go out and have fun came in part 1 also, but I feel that for you guys it's more expressing yourself. Was it that for part 1 too? I think that for part 1 it was more like let loose, but for you it's more like expressing yourself out there. In the box here, you will receive a gift, guys. I'm telling you, if you're looking for that promotion and you put yourself out there, you're putting the work on yourself, you're releasing some of those patterns of behavior. Because, guys, we're not perfect, right? We can't release every pattern of behaviors, and we're looking at current energy. So maybe in 3 months, it's going to be another negative behavior you have to release, right? And it comes in back, I feel. You just have to be conscious about it. And like you will receive a gift, might be this promotion, right? And might be that the bow might be like, oh, okay, I have a great example on that. So I have an employee that came to me last week and being like, oh, but I'm stressed out, because I have to do this and that, and I don't have time to finish all my tasks and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just looking at him and I'm like, that not nobody cares, but it's more like all the things you're so worried about not being able to finish all the tasks. People are like not really seeing that, and they just see you as being like one of the best employees that they ever had. That's interesting, because we're sometimes like our mental prison is putting us into this, oh, I didn't have time to finish this, oh, they're gonna kill me, and people don't even see that. the biggest thing for especially like in a career type of way for a company is that you reach like the goals, the final goals, right? Instead of like those little things you didn't have to do, it's okay, it's gonna go to the day after, and it's gonna go to the day after, right? So that was an interesting talk, really. But it feels like that, sometimes at the end, like you could be Even though you're stressing all about that, people are not in your head and they don't think that. So they see you. I feel like you really are putting a great impression towards people. And maybe like the position of authority is already yours, or maybe putting yourself out there. People are just going to respect you more and being like, oh, okay, like I understand Pal 2 more. I'm going to try to respect them too, right? Oh, underneath it, we have the star. Yeah, to reach for the future, you can ask for help, right? And maybe ask for feedback, especially for the position of authority. A position of authority, guys, you're never hiding from the feedback. Either if it's positive or negative, they have to tell you if something is wrong and something is great. Obviously, if it's great too. Some people, they only say what is wrong. And it's not okay. But when something is wrong, they have to tell you, right? And it's not always personal. Sometimes it's not like you as a person, it's like in your role. You have to change that. You have to develop that, you know? And it feels like where you are right now, you're really respected by people. And even if you put yourself out there, you might be scared that you're going to lose some people. But I feel like most of you are here for your good. And they're going to be like, bravo, you know? I see like this little character here. It feels like, okay, they're talking like to their ones here. But does it feel like something like you speak into and like everybody can hear it? I don't know what it's called though. But it's really about expressing your voice, I feel. Don't be scared of expressing your voice. I feel like you're overthinking and that makes you like really self-conscious. Of like, oh, I'm not good at this, so what did they think of me, you know? And it's normal, like we're all a little bit sensitive to like other people's opinion, especially in a career field. I really feel that. But like it's okay also to express a voice and be like, you know, I saw the facts and I feel like I'm the right person to the position because of that, you know? And expressing yourself as like you're the greatest person in the world, I feel, for you guys. And not like in a narcissistic way. You're still respecting people, and it's not selfish of you to do that, but I feel like you could benefit, especially from a new opportunity. We do have the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning. I feel you could really benefit from talking about yourself like you're the greatest out there. Like to sell yourself a little bit more, to reach that happiness of yours. All right, guys, I think that's pretty what we had to say. So we're gonna go with an advice here that you can take about this specific situation. Spirit, is there any advice you want to give Pal 2 about the situation? Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna read it together. Live your life to its fullest potential. Let go of the need of approval from others. Live up to your own expectation and nobody else's. No more selling yourself short. Keep moving forward. You've got this. That's interesting because I would put this card also to Pal 1. And you know what? Because you might gonna have to ask for help from other people, right? The Three of Pentacles is teamwork. But maybe the opinion of other people, it wouldn't make sense to you. Like in your deep self, it will be like, the hell, that doesn't make any sense. And that's okay too, because people are here for giving advice to you. Doesn't mean you have to follow all of those advice if it's not corresponding to your own self, right? And to keep moving forward, guys. Put yourself into action. You don't have to. Keep moving forward. If you want to reach it, try. You have nothing to lose in trying. And then no more selling yourself short. It's kind of like telling to me, like, talk about yourself like you're the nicest person out there, like, for quite some time, not just like for the interview, right? You can do this. I feel like you need to hear this. You can do this. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the reading here. So I hope you enjoy. I hope it helps you bring clarity. Of course, if you have any additional question after this reading or just want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is always there. The link is in the description box. If you did subscribe to my channel, I thank you so much for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. If you feel comfortable sharing your experience in the comment, you're always welcome to do so. And you can always like the video for support. So I'm wishing you all the best, and I really hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hi, Paltry. If you choose the Astrophylite crystal, this is going to be your reading. So welcome. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's reading, this is a viewer's request. I want to thank them so much. And if you have any, suggestion of theme, or you have a question that you want me to do a reading on, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. I'm always open for suggestion, and I thank you so much in advance for that. All right, so we're looking at what patterns of behavior you should let go of. So we're gonna start with a tarot reading, and I'm gonna put the oracles at the same time. So we're gonna have everything on the table. And we're gonna finish off with a message from the universe that is going to be an advice for you. Of course, if you have any additional question after this reading or just want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is always going to be there. The link is in the description box, so don't hesitate. And okay, disclaimer. So obviously this is not a type of tarot reading that I guess people would sugarcoat on. So just know that I'm always wishing the best for you guys, but it's important for me to be transparent to the cards. And this is a general reading on YouTube for entertainment purpose. So I really invite you to take the message that resonates with you, leave the other one in the universe. And this is the current, we're looking at the current energy, so nothing is set in stones. And finally, for me, you're always the master of your own decision. All right, so I'm just gonna put that aside, and we're gonna give that old deck a big shuffle. All right, I'm gonna ask for you to please tune me to the energy of pile 3. Right, thank you, Spirit. And if you're not subscribing to my channel yet, you're always welcome to do so. And I always like to take the time to thank my new and current subscribers of the week, and to put out there how each and one of you are so special. So thank you so much. And let's give that a last shuffle. All right. So let's ask for it. So what patterns of behavior should Paltry let go of? What patterns of behavior should they let go of? Right, so we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Empress clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Emperor in reverse. Two of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. All right. So as always, I'm going to clarify each of them. So why the Nine of Cups in reverse? Why the Emperor in reverse? Why the Two of Pentacles? Why the Queen of Cups? Put on the deck, Page of Swords. Now we're gonna go with the Oracle. Okay, I think I did that. All right. I'm laughing because I just saw something and I was like, you know, that was the message that... Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit, actually. All right. Let me just place the card for you guys. I think it's pretty great. Okay, I'm just gonna take a sip a little bit. Okay. So when I was shuffling the deck at the beginning, either like a lot of cards came at the same time, or some of them were like, you know, like coming back and going hiding, and then and it's not it. Which for me is kind of like a little bit of like duality in our own selves, and it also feels like a little bit of we're not able to communicate greatly our feelings. And interestingly, we do have the Ace of Cups here that is clarifying the Empress. I would say, guys, I'm gonna be honest here. I feel that a lot of you are having a hard time dealing with emotions. It could be like just right now. It could always be like that, or you know, because it's interesting because we have keep your life in balance, and I feel that you guys, like, you tend to. I have a colleague actually that is like that. Like, you know, emotions are like, it's okay, you know, like, you know, staying more on the rational side instead of like trying to explore a little bit of our deep emotions, okay? Because like emotions makes us weak, makes us, being vulnerable. Like, I'm stronger than that, you know? But sometimes we tend to ignore a little bit of our deep emotions. But the thing is, deep emotions are sometimes healthy. And this, oh my god. That was unexpected. And now my communication is blocked. That's nice. Well, Spirit is like, put yourself in their own damn shoes. But really, this is about balance here. I do believe that there's a balance between emotional and rational. And you can see here the Two of Pentacles being a little bit, we tend to prefer one than the other. We're looking at one more than the other. Or we're focusing on the one that we should be putting a little less of effort. Instead of this one, we should put more effort. This is why, you know, you feel like the balance is not 50-50. We're looking only at the rational side because emotions are weak, but we should focus a little bit on the emotions and have this little bit of like, we're looking at the left and we're looking at the right, you know. All right, and we start with the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the Nine of Cups in reverse is when we make mistakes, or where our wishes are not fulfilled, or when we want something and it's not happening the way we want to. What is your reaction? You leave. You're avoiding. And guys, I'm not saying that in a mean way, okay? I'm just saying that so that you can be like, you know what? Maybe I do, and I should work on that. And trust me, I'm not saying that to put yourself down. I do have some things I have to work on too, right? But look at that. This little Six of Swords, which is about transition. We're leaving. We're focusing on our goals. So we just had something, but instead of like, okay, for example, we wanted a promotion, it didn't work. Instead of like grieving that a little bit and be like, okay, I'm processing my emotions and be like, okay, what could I've done better? What can I do? Maybe it's not the right opportunity for me, you know? But instead, we're just trying to avoid that. And the thing is, emotions, sometimes we tend to think that it's not a great thing, but it actually is, because it makes us think. It makes us process a little bit. And if you're avoiding emotions, your emotions are going to come back at you anytime soon. Or you're just going to be like angry, or, you know, like your emotions are coming into a weird way. Like you're angry at people. It could be really subtle, but your emotions always find a way to make it out. Like to go out. And yeah. And Spirit does encourage you with the Empress clarifying by the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is those deep emotions. Spirit is encouraging you to explore your emotions in a more creative way. For example, you don't like to cry. You don't have to. Maybe you feel the need to cry, but you can't. So you're watching... Oh my gosh, what is the sad movie about the dog? you know, I don't think I want to know the name because it's really sad, but you know, something that is making you cry and then you cry. You cry for the movie, but in reality, you needed to release that. So maybe you cried for this opportunity you haven't been able to reach too. So there's a way to like express letting those emotions out in a more healthy way, okay? And the Emperor in reverse, it's that. It's kind of like, there's like a beautiful transition here. I like that. So the Emperor in reverse is trying to control something. Trying, you know, like trying, our emotions, it's weak, or it's not good to the ego, right? Like I'm trying to find a word. Damn it. That is like the hard shore of not having English as my first language. I'm like, what the hell do I want to say? Like it's threatening. Yeah, thank you. Threatening. Something that is threatening to our ego. Oh my gosh, like what if I cry in front of everybody? They're gonna think I'm weak, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like going from that sort of thinking, like emotions are so negative, to the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is like really there and be like, okay, why am I being angry? Why do I feel like I need to cry? Why do I feel sad? And trying to process that in, okay, and a little bit, it's okay to have emotion and just let it out in your own timing. And the High Priestess is also about wisdom. So it's kind of like a way for you to get a little bit of emotional maturity in that. I feel like there's family here. That is important for you guys. Okay, we're gonna bring some clarifiers to the table here. Why the Ten of Pentacles? Three of Wands. One more. Five of Pentacles. Okay, the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles can represent either family or professional, something that is, I feel is pretty stable for some of you. It could be a next challenge you might face that is going to require you to help process those emotions deeply. It could be also for some of you, I'm getting the message that maybe family could help you in that. I don't know why I feel like some of you have like two opposite parents, when one is like emotions are bad and the other one is like it's okay, and then you tend to listen more to one than the other. It could be that. Take of course the message that resonates. Okay, why the Tower? Queen of Cups is a great card of emotions here. The Queen of Cups, oh my gosh, Queen of Cups? The Queen of Cups is really about unconditional love and emotional healing. I feel like for some of you guys, you might have a next opportunity that is going to challenge you in that, or you're going through that right now. There's an opportunity that is helping you, like you have the need to get out some of emotions. You have to feel some emotions. Yeah, King of Swords. I think that's interesting because the King of Swords is also the rational side. So the Queen of Cups is about, help and support, emotional healing, processing our emotions in a healthy environment. And then it seems like there's something that happened, and then bam, the rational came. Okay, let me just get one more for the Tower. Justice and the Star. It's kind of like, okay, I'm looking at the future and it's it's way more faster. I feel like some of you might be rushing time, and it's easier or it's just like faster to go into the rational side. It's like for the justice is about making the best decision for yourself, and you have the star. So in the future, like it's kind of like, okay, like we just tend to jump automatically into the rational here. So you need to like being a little less not spontaneous, but impulsive. Yeah, you need to be a little less impulsive and trying to take the time, because I feel some of you are rushed by time. Like, I don't have time to this. Like, I just go. And sometimes we make a lot of plans in our life to distract ourselves from feeling emotions. And I feel like some of you just need a break, or just like a, like a getaway, like in something quiet. You don't have any plans, you don't have work that is trying to make you do something, and process it. You need some time to like process emotions instead of like just putting them aside and we just go to our goals. Because I feel like every time like there's something coming true, like you just go to the rational, bam. You see like this character here with this swords, like bam, like I'm cutting like the link here and I'm just going into the rational side. Why the Page of Swords? Six of Pentacles. One more. It's interesting because we did have the Ten of Cups that was hiding, and now we have the Six of Wands, which is ego. The feeder here, it's interesting because it says underneath like someone you know is undependable and sincere. And I feel like it's not that it's not true, but maybe you feel that someone is like, you can't really trust them. When in reality, they could help you into that if you're putting a little bit of trust in themselves more. This might apply to only some of you. But there's really a need to like, maybe someone can help you. Like it could be, for example, like you've been, some people have telling you to consult a psychologist or a therapist, and you're kind of like, I don't need that. Like this is only for the week and blah, blah, blah. And then if you let that person come into your life, if you're opening a door to them, maybe it's gonna help you like keep balancing everything out, help you reach your goal, and being able to have some great happiness, right? I know, I feel like the hand here is something that someone that is reaching out to you, like, let me help you in that. But the feather can also represent something light, like just being like, I'm just going with the flow and trusting the process instead of like being so close to it and trying to like, no, not those emotions again. I'm going back aside. Maybe just let that come in progressively and going with the flow with that. So maybe like, it's okay, like, I'm crying a little bit, I feel like it needed to get out, and maybe now it's not the moment, but then after that you process it a little bit more, So yeah, really express those emotions creatively without losing who you truly are. Could be really beneficial for reaching your goal. Actually, I feel like for some of you, reaching your goal or dreams could be important here, but to reach those goals even better and to pursue great happiness, I do have the Sun here. You have to keep your life balanced in terms of rational and emotional, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go with the message from the universe here. This is an advice for this situation. So what advice can you give to Pile 3 about the situation? All right, we're gonna read it together. All right, so prioritize self-healing right now. Prioritize self-healing right now. Put your need above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. I swear to you guys, this deck is always on point. Like, it's scary. It feels like it confirms what I just said. You know, remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need. Take the time to process those emotions instead of being like, putting them away and no, you know. Prioritize self-healing right now. So yeah, reaching your goals was important. You did have success in that. But what if you can take a little bit of time, take a vacation, take a trip in nature, in quiet, silence, and meditate, and trying to, what angriness, what sadness makes me, how does that make me feel inside? Oh, I feel real uncomfortable. Why? That is like, listen, remember guys, there's like emotions that every human being has. Sadness, angriness, happiness, being scared. There's 7. Oh, I forgot. But there's like the major, like we have a little bit of difficult times dealing with them. But they're like totally human. Like no matter what gender you are, no matter what who you are, as humans, we have all those universal emotions. And it's okay to have them and to feel them. So yeah, I think this is a pretty great advice for you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna end the reading here. So I hope you enjoy. I hope it helps you bring clarity. But of course, if you have any additional question or you just want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is in the description box. If you did subscribe to my channel, I thank you so much for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. If you feel comfortable sharing your experience in the comment, you're always welcome to do so. There's no judgment here, and you can always like the video for support. So I'm wishing you all the best, and I really hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.